here. I want to send so much love. I heard about Covalent TV, and I wanted to say thank you for, making fans, wrestling fans happy, for the gaming and everything. Like, you guys are amazing. Keep up the good work. And to everybody else out there, thank you for listening and watching Covalent TV. Sending so much love. Stay safe, stay positive, and stay sane. Love you guys. Mwah.
Hello, my name is Maria Canales-Bennett, and I am the First Lady of Professional Wrestling, and you're watching Covalent TV.
Hey guys, you're watching Covalent TV with my friends, and this is Kayla Sparks here, and make sure you tune in and stay positive and girl power.
Oh, yeah, it is Monday, ladies and gentlemen. It is Monday, and y'all know exactly what's about to go down. Y'all know exactly what is popping. Beautiful people, it is served up on a paper plate. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a bad creative Mac from Mick Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. So that means, welcome to your WWE Raw Live Review. This is your boy, Mr. Starksign.
Big dub.
What is going on, man? As you can see, I am back in the homeland. I am back in Chicago, Illinois. There's nothing quite like it. I feel good. I'm still tired. I still got some more rest to get. But, man, shouts out to Phoenix. A lot of love in Phoenix. A lot of good people in Phoenix. A lot of beautiful women in Phoenix. A lot of pretty Latinas and thick white girls. But that is not why y'all are here. Y'all are not here to hear about my fantasies and my escapades. Y'all are here about professional wrestling. You know, that's a business that y'all want to get into, and we, just so happen to be a part of that in the sense of talking about it. All right? Plus, we really do this shit. So, man, show the love out the gate, man. Get it popping. Truth Seekers Roll Call. Truth Seekers Roll Call in the comment section. Let's get that going real quick, fast, and in a hurry. And if you don't, then in which case, get your ass out the stream because you are wasting a spot for someone who can actually engage. And other ways that you can engage with this stream. Easy work, man. Like gang, comment gang, share gang, and donation gang. All available. Support the show. You know what I'm saying? Make it hot. It's not that hard, ladies and gentlemen. It is not that hard. Don't make it difficult. Y'all love us. You know what I'm saying? We love you. We're a happy family with a great big hug and a mayo from Werner to you. Won't you say you sandwich him too? That's right. You know what I'm saying? But much love, yeah, Werner is going to have to use peanut butter and jelly, and y'all know why. I don't even need to say it. He's just going to strictly use peanut butter and jelly for the rest of his life. Werner, do you know why?
I have no idea.
I'll let the comment section tell you why. I'm just going to let them do it. Shouts out to the Truth Seekers yet again. Guys, we know we got a job to do, man, even though I'm too tired to do it and I thought about calling off. We got to bring you beautiful people the news, whole one special, dumbass, accountable, and bring you facts, data, statistics as we go because that is just what we do. And also, it is 25-0. We are right back on that, beautiful people. We are right back on that. So if y'all don't get us to 25 of them things by the time we get to the second match and or segment of this show, the stream is going off.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all just going to be mad because I'm going to be sleeping with the woman next to me.
Same.
Yeah. It's going to be beautiful. I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to call somebody over and be like, come here. All right? So it'll be a good night for me. It'll be a good night for Werner. Might not be a good night for y'all. So make this the best stream that it possibly can be. Otherwise, you'll be ruined. Not ruined, but ruined.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody attempt to spell ruined. I want to see that. That'd be pretty funny. All right? But, Werner, let's not delay the people any further. Let's not mess around with them too much. Let's go ahead and get into 10 news. Let go.
All righty. Aleister Black.
I need NyQuil.
That's pretty much what I need after reading all this.
Man.
Aleister Black decided to give a long-winded answer to being back in WWE.
Oh, no.
So I'm going to paraphrase.
Oh, no.
But he loves WWE.
WWE.
There's nothing like WWE and no other locker room like I've ever been, and it's awesome. I love Triple H. I love Nick Khan. I love everybody. AEW bad.
Man, I will wipe them Mickey Mouse tattoos off your body and have sexual intercourse with your wife. Badoomts. Werner knows why I say that. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. They all say the same thing. Yeah, I see a couple people in the comment section. I'm going to talk about it, but I'm going to let Werner finish the story.
No, he said he had a little bit of anxiety when he returned.
What? He said that?
It's a little bit of anxiety driven, but once you walk around and you get the feel of everything, you'll say to yourself, hey man, you know all these people, you know all this, and everybody's just going around doing what they always do, and everybody's just right. It works. Everything runs so smoothly. Then we get ready for the show, and then here we go. Rock and roll. Everybody's heading in the same direction, and that's just really a good feeling.
Should I hit the dumbass button?
Dumbass!
Like, okay. I called this out 2 free agent signings ago. So basically, Penta. I called this 2 free agent signings ago where I said, y'all notice that these wrestlers that are signing with WWE, they all have the same talking points.
Mm-hmm.
It's like WWE hands them a script, like a PR script as soon as they sign with the company, and they say whatever interviews you get, like the next 4 interviews you get, you need to find some way to say a variation of these words. Now, there might be some drone that might be watching us right now going, well, what if they actually feel that way? Yes, and what if the Hoover Dam doesn't block water, it blocks moon rays? You hear how stupid you fucking sound.
Mm-hmm.
They don't actually feel that way. It's really a sense of, again, WWE basically going, hey, man, we gave you everything you wanted in your contract, so now we're going to ask you for a favor. And we're going to make you an offer you can't refuse. WWE, stop handing these wrestler scripts, man. Stop creating wrestlers' name scripts, too. Y'all remember that? Stop handing these wrestler scripts. When it comes to PR especially. I mean that on your television programming as well. But like when it comes to this PR stuff, everybody is smart enough, especially our truth seekers in here. Everyone is smart enough to be able to sift through the bullshit and get to what it actually is. A lot of these wrestlers are complacent. A lot of these wrestlers are lazy. A lot of these wrestlers don't want to have to work for their food. A lot of these wrestlers don't want to have to take pins. A lot of these wrestlers don't want to have to take character losses to move a feud forward. A lot of these wrestlers are just brainwashed and indoctrinated by the WWE system.
Yep.
So the more and more you send these WWE troops out there, these Fed soldiers, if you shall, the more you send them out there to sing the praises of WWE, the legitimacy of the words dissipate. They just lose meaning. Because now we're on like the third free agent signing in the last year that it said the same thing, and it didn't even feel genuine the first time it was said.
Do you really want to call this a free agent signing? I mean, they're coming back.
By
It's not like-
technicality, is a free agent signing, sir.
Yeah. But like they're just coming back and be like, I love everything here, everything else bad.
I'm not going to repeat myself. I just told you why they do that, ladies and gentlemen. It that's just what it is. These wrestlers' work ethic these days, and again, if I get some heat for this, I get some heat for this. I truly and sincerely do not give a shit. These wrestlers' work ethics these days, most of them is garbage.
We can definitely see that from Saturday night's main event.
And they don't, and wrestlers too. Also, this is something I talked to Warren off camera about. They can't handle adversity worth of shit.
No.
They can't handle adversity worth of shit. That's why they run to WWE, because they know it comes with a protection plan from a Shurion. Like they know it comes with a protection plan. They don't have to go to WWE and live up to their wrestling standard. They don't have to go to WWE and live up to a promo standard. Because they know no matter what they do, those WWE drones and fairwalkers are going to run out there and say everything they do is the greatest thing ever, at least until they leave. Then when they leave, it's again, when the Shurion protection plan is gone, then they're like, oh, I'm going to run to AEW and take advantage of them, and I'm going to come right back. Just you watch. And I could be wrong on this. Maybe it's one of them stories that I'm so tired that I imagined it. But I think I saw a story come out where one AEW wrestler, I can't remember who, basically said that these wrestlers need to go through a vetting process. Like they need to get their weight up first. Was it Will Ospreay?
That was Will Ospreay.
I love him saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, Werner, when me and you both said gatekeeping in professional wrestling needs to become a thing again?
Yeah.
Like, what makes WWE fans feel qualified to talk about real professional wrestling?
Exactly.
Gatekeeping needs to come back. Because otherwise, if it did come back, Fed walkers would not exist. If gatekeeping came back, Fed walkers would cease to exist. Drones are always going to be there. You cannot run from a drone. Drones are always going to be there. But if we could at least get rid of Fed walkers, why not? So I love Will Ospreay saying that. I do. When he said that, it warmed my heart almost. Like, I'm like, thank you. Somebody fucking said it. Because I said that on stream, 2 months ago. There needs to be a vetting process for anyone who wants to sign with AEW that comes from WWE. There needs to be a vetting process. That's just the way it is, man. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. It needs to be a vetting process. Now, I can see some WWE fan coming in here going, oh, just enjoy all wrestling. Why does it have to be tribalism? I'm going to teach y'all something tonight. I always drop gems on every review. And by the way, go back and watch that Double or Nothing review. I rewatched it myself, and I rarely rewatch our reviews. I was dropping gems in that motherfucker if you was listening. Beginning, middle, and end. If you were listening, and I was dead tired too. But here's something that you guys either know or you don't, but I think a good portion of y'all might not know this. That tribalism word only comes from one side.
Yep.
That tribalism word, y'all notice in professional wrestling, y'all notice how that tribalism word seemingly came out of nowhere? Typically, when you see something seemingly come out of nowhere, that means that there was a movement behind it that led to it being in, the lexicon. What only fan base has the power to put things into a lexicon because there's so many of them?
WWE.
Same thing with the Just Enjoy Wrestling people. Same thing. But once they realized that grift was disingenuous, they stopped saying it. Like, you see the occasional person here and there say it these days, but you notice that slowed way down because they realized once people start following the breadcrumbs and tracing it back to who started that movement, it's a person probably with a Roman Reigns profile picture.
Yep.
So don't let them throw that word tribalism out there, because first of all, they don't even know what it means. Because if they did, in the event that they knew what that word meant, they wouldn't use it. You know why? Because it applies most to them. When you think tribalism, what fan base immediately pops in your head when it comes to professional wrestling? But as I said, I want to say a week ago, if you hold a mirror up to a WWE fan and go, no, it's you. No one else is doing this. It's just you. They'll walk around the mirror, look you in your face and go, why are you holding that mirror up at me? Just enjoy all wrestling. This is tribalism. And then you turn the mirror towards them again and they walk around you. Like basically the more and more you hold the mirror up and they try to walk around it, inevitably they're going to go to sign language. They're going to start insulting you. They're going to start shaming you. You know why? Because they don't want to look in that mirror. All of these buzzwords and all this stuff that it came from them.
Mm-hmm.
AEW doesn't have enough of a galvanized fan base to put words in the lexicon in professional wrestling. The sickos thing got over, but that was because, I mean, shit, Tony Khan said it. But AEW does not have enough of a stronghold over professional wrestling to put words like tribalism into the wrestling lexicon. They just don't. But you want to know who does have the seniority and cachet to pull that off? WWE.
WWE.
So don't let them use them little buzz phrases with you, because typically it applies to them. So to wrap it up on Aleister Black, you don't even believe what you're saying. I know y'all used to hear me say that on this show. I'm going to say it again. You don't even believe what you're saying. You doing this for a bag and to be closer to your wife. I would have respected you more if you said that. But anyone who's within that WWE structure, banking on them to have respectable opinions is like betting on a spider monkey flying a fucking spaceship to space. Could it happen? Sure. Likelihood? Very low. So I take what a lot of WWE wrestlers, executives, and all that stuff, I take what they say with a grain of salt, but the only person who I don't take with a grain of salt is Paul Triple Nose I Don't See Color Levesque. Because he's the only one that actually says how he truly feels about you, the fan,
Mm-hmm.
the media,
Mm-hmm.
and how he feels about the state of his product in his own ego-wrapped mind. That's one thing I can't take away from him. At least he's honest. At least he's a narcissistic, egotistical prick, and at least he owns it. But anybody else in WWE, I take everything they say with a grain of salt. Everything. And Aleister Black, man, go get them tattoos removed. Go, dude, because that's when I only saw a piece of that quote. When I saw a piece of that quote, I said, dude, you might as well just go ahead and put the suit on and sit in the back of the arena again going, who's going to come knock on my door?
Right. I mean, it's only a matter of time before that happens.
Everybody who goes out and does interviews and reads off that WWE PR script always ends up in the worst booking positions. So yeah, Aleister Black, man, we don't believe you. You need more people. Warner, do you have any further comments on it? Wait, before you do, hold on real quick before you do. Guys, it is 32 people in here. Get our likes up to 25. If we get to the second match of segment, it's going to be no show. Like gang, comment gang, share gang, donation gang. Hit the super chats right on time. Robert, 5 Schmackaroos, saying late fees. Hello from work. We'll watch on playback when he gets home. Appreciate you, Robert. Thank you, man. All right, Warner, go ahead.
I just go back to, when I saw this and I inevitably groaned. I go back to when he got injured in AEW,
Mm-hmm.
the few times.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody, all the WWE drones were, he's coming right back to WWE. And then he had to make Instagram videos about stop the tribalism. I'm an AEW. Like, he just looks like more and more of an idiot.
That was when I knew he was leaving.
Yeah, exactly. He just looks more and more like an idiot. And like he should have just sat at home and waited for Hunter to call him.
When he utilized the term tribalism, I said, "Oh, he's coming back."
Yeah.
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 And
he just
go ahead.
No, he looks stupid for making those videos. And he should have never done it.
Yeah, because he knew what his motive was.
Mm-hmm.
He knew exactly where he was going to run to. You know what I'm saying? And guys, we gonna move on in the show, but before we do, I want to address something. Because I was having a talk with my great videographer on the way back. And I said, here's a problem I have with how we do this show and how people respond to it. Okay? If you don't like something we say, we are more than open to a logical, rational debate.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of people's win percentage in debates with us is pretty low, but that's just from a sense of confidence and knowledge. It's not from a place of thinking we're better than someone, or where we're coming from a place of, oh, we just want to hurt your feelings, or, no. So anyone who watches our show and they take something we say personally, you can't look at someone telling you the truth about something or look at someone being objective about something and immediately take it as an attack. And I feel like this isn't the first time I've had to say this on this show. I know I haven't said what I'm finna say next one time. I've said this plenty of times. If you're watching us expecting to cater to your fanboyism or your personal biases, this is not the show for you. This is just not the show for you. I say it with love. I really do. I can't tell y'all how many viewers we've lost because they've taken something we said personally on this show.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me wrong, I love y'all. I do. Y'all really be coming in here rocking it out, and I appreciate that. I would like to see y'all share our shit more, but I appreciate how y'all rock, y'all rock out with us. I do. But for every viewer we lose because we don't cater to someone's personal bias or mindset or whatever the case may be, that really shows me that society is going down a fucking hill. I'm not a fan of that. If that is how you are, please click away from our show.
Mm-hmm.
We are not here to cater to your personal bias. We're not. Personal, I don't care. Anything, like, God, I don't care. If you think Target is better than Walmart, fine. If you think Walmart is better than Target, fine. I don't care. I don't give a shit. But don't project that onto us as if we're supposed to agree with you because it's your personal bias or something you believe to be true. Because we don't do that to y'all. We just give y'all what we see, what we observe, and we analyze it. Stop taking shit personally. Stop. It is 2025. We have adapted enough as humans to be able to understand logic and reasoning. Because for every viewer we lose over someone taking something personally, it holds back the show from growing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to share our show with somebody, make sure you share it with someone that doesn't get sensitive when their personal bias is questioned. Please don't share our shit with somebody like that. Because then they're going to ruin the viewing experience for you. They gonna be all up in the comment section bitching and moaning because we said one thing they don't like. We're not here for that, okay? I will block your ass and move on. I have an abundance mindset. We lose one, we'll gain 5. I don't look at it like, oh my God, oh, they were watching the show since year 2. Oh, I'm so mad about. No, if you come in here acting like an asshat, expect to get put in the lid store for sale. All right? I can't do that, bro. I cannot do that. I'm not going to operate on eggshells on a show that that I work to produce. I'm not going to walk and talk on eggshells. It's just that simple. And neither am I going to allow Werner to walk on eggshells because he doesn't want to offend one little person in the comment section.
Doesn't make for a fun show either.
No. And y'all going to hate it. The entertainment value is going to go to the shitter. Respectfully, and shouts out to the 37 people in the room. Shouts out to anybody watching across any of the platforms that we stream off of. Are we live on Facebook? Because, boy, I still don't know how that happened on the Double or Nothing review. Thankfully, they didn't miss anything. What you doing? I'm going to read a couple comments. Mo said, if you're that sensitive that you can't handle truth, facts, or criticism, this isn't for you. Yeah, I say it all the time, bro.
Yeah, we're live.
Cool. Yeah, this is not the show for you. Elise said, this chat wouldn't be fun if we all agreed on everything. Respectfully.
Yeah.
And funny enough, that actually spins the block on what I was just saying a second ago about wrestlers. Wrestlers are like that. If you're not praising everything they do without wavering, they call you a hater.
Mm-hmm.
They sick their simps on you. These modern wrestlers cannot take criticism. They can't. That's why whenever I'm backstage at an event or I'm doing something, I'm working media and I got the access and I'm backstage and I see wrestlers chopping up game with a wrestler that is older and soaking up the game and not avoiding criticism, or I watch them seek out vets. I respect that because there's a lot of wrestlers that'll go out there and have a fucking stinker, go back to the locker room, change, and leave the arena in a little shitty rental car. And you know who you are. Mm-hmm. I'm not even referring to one specific wrestler. You know exactly who you are. If you're that person, you know exactly who you are. Go out there and motherfuckers paid to see you and you had a stink. And then you just go back to the locker room, shower up, change, and leave. Don't even stay for the meet and greet. Just leave. I'm talking to you. But the wrestlers that seek out valid, critique and all that stuff, salute to you. Respectfully. Cool, let me see what we got. Damn, we already at 223 people on the Twits. I love it. I love to see it.
Wow.
I love to see it. Much love. I appreciate that. All the beautiful people watching right now, I appreciate you. But people I don't appreciate never will appreciate. And I don't even think to use the word appreciation when it comes to these people. Guys, if y'all know what portion of the show is coming up, you know I'm finna say, drop that thang in the comment section. But if you decide you are not going to because you're mad that you can't find a box of Golden Grams to gorge yourself on, I'm going to tell your hungry ass anyway. It is time for us to hold one special. Dumbass! Accountable. It is time for drone accountability. Let's go to Kelso.
This is from Twitter. For context, there was a dirt sheet that asked a question. Does AEW have the best women's wrestling roster?
Yes.
Which you and I agree, yes.
Yeah. As of right now, yeah.
Yes. But Mr. B-side?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Said, no, lol. Mercedes diminishes any positives in that locker room.
That's it?
Yep.
Dumbass! Mercedes Moné is a net positive for women's wrestling overall.
Mm-hmm.
Not even just in AEW. Wasn't I just talking about this?
Last night.
Mercedes Moné is a net positive for women's wrestling overall. When she retires, it's going to leave a void.
Mm-hmm.
How many people can you say that about in WWE right now? Oops. Oops. Oops.
Men or women.
How many people can you say that about in WWE right now? I'll give you a free bingo space. Rhea Ripley. If I'm just sticking to women. Dude, and Warner, you know this to be a fact, bro. You know when she's gone, they're gonna miss her.
Yep.
Because they're gonna have nothing to hate on.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing about a hater. When the one thing that they hate on ain't around no more, they lose purpose. Ooh, let me say that again. That applies to real life too. When a hater can't hate on the one thing that they're used to hating on anymore, their entire life loses purpose. That's how I feel about racist white folks. If black people disappeared today, what would racist white people have to live for? What would they have to live for? Dude, the unaliving rate would go up massively because they would have no purpose. They can't get on Reddit and 4chan anymore and talk about us all day in our genitalia. Their entire life would lose purpose. And that's what's going on with Mercedes right now. That's what's going on with Mercedes right now. If Mercedes Moné right now, and God forbid, let me not say this, but I gotta say it, God forbid. Let's say her private plane went down, she lost her life.
Ooh.
What would they do? What would they do? Now, some people might say, oh, they'll just pivot to someone else to hate. That's not how haters work. I'm going to teach y'all some real life shit. That's not how haters work. When they invest so much into hating one specific thing or person, when that thing or person is gone, their life loses everything. Their life becomes empty, hollow. Kevin Bacon, Hollow Man.
Such a great movie.
That is a great movie. By the way, this is a random fact that I think no one needs to know, but I'm going to tell you anyway. First boner I ever got in my life.
Elizabeth Shue. Very sexy.
Yeah. I remember it like it was yesterday. I actually remember it like it was yesterday. Oh, girl getting out that shower. I was like, oh, boy. I was like, oh, if there's a southern uprising. Oh, man. I'm just telling the truth, man. A hater's life loses purpose when the thing that they hate on disappears. No, they don't find nothing else to hate on. Yeah. Chris said they would hate the next color. False. I just debunked that, homie. No, they wouldn't.
No, I doubt that.
No, they wouldn't. Racist white people. I'm telling you right now, if we all disappeared, homie, the unaliving rate would go through the roof. They would practically genocide themselves. I'm telling you.
And here's another, like hypothetically, like for colleges, like college football, that's a big thing. Like, what if Alabama or Auburn closed tomorrow, or Michigan, Ohio?
Lose purpose.
Like, a lot of people would lose purpose.
A lot of fans would fall off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A lot of people. Go ahead.
Bears, Packers.
A lot of people that were saying go blue would not exist anymore.
No.
Some people live for that stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right, but no, I didn't forget about Bianca Belair, but I'm going to hit you with something that it's a harsh truth. And again, I just said a second ago, we're not here for personal biases. But I'm going to address it. You may not like what I have to say next. Love that FBA sister. She's a beautiful person. My mom loved her when she was here. And that sister is very talented. Don't get me wrong. But what mark has Bianca Belair left on professional wrestling? Substantial mark.
Mm-hmm.
Name the landscape-changing Bianca Belair moment. And this is coming from someone who loves Bianca. You want to know how Bianca could do that? Leaving.
And you can't say her headlining WrestleMania with Mercedes.
I actually think, and I firmly believe this, if Bianca left WWE and did like what Mercedes did, I think Bianca would have the potential to be bigger than Mercedes.
Mm-hmm.
She has mainstream appeal. She has a great look. She has a beautiful smile. Not to say Mercedes don't have all these things, but Bianca Belair looks like a black woman superhero. And so does Jade, but Jade is really the one that ran from the grind. But like, yeah. Tell me what industry-changing, landscape-changing moment Bianca Belair has done that didn't involve Mercedes. Oops.
Yeah, you got nothing there.
You weren't ready for that one. You weren't ready for that little twist, was you? Oops. You wasn't ready for that little twist, was you? Uh-oh. See what I did there? I was lining you up for the slaughter. I hate to say it, bro.
You bring up Bianca. Let's switch to her husband. If he left,
he'd be gigantic.
What kind of mainstream? Yeah, like how big of mainstream appeal would he have with his crazy athleticism?
Dude, he'd be gigantic outside of WWE.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll never know.
Nope.
Because he wasted pretty much his whole prime in WWE.
Yep. Sitting in catering, too.
Hate it. I hate it. I really do. I really hate it. Who we got? I'm not even going to address that bad faith stuff. I'm going to say something that's going to start becoming a thing with the show. If it's like a bad faith take where the person is clearly saying something that they know to be disingenuous, I'm not going to address it because then I'm giving them the response that they want. No one believes that. Blue Bolt, no one believes that. No one believes that. I don't even think Jade would believe that. So yeah, when it comes to stuff like that, I'm not even going to address it. Respectfully. Right, Miguel, that was my point. That was my gotcha moment. I hate to say it, but like that was my gotcha moment. You can't name one landscape changing moment Bianca's had that didn't involve Mercedes because the only landscape changing moment she did have involved Mercedes.
Mm-hmm.
And you could barely even call it landscape changing because it was night one. Wasn't that the first 2-night WrestleMania? I was there, by the way, guys.
Yeah, that was the first 2-nighter.
I was there.
No. The first 2-nighter was
the Cody Mania.
Pandemic Mania.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But yeah.
Yeah, because night one was Brock versus
Braun. No, not Braun.
Yeah.
Was it who did he face it? COVID Mania.
Goldberg.
Goldberg. Braun faced Goldberg.
Because Roman didn't want to get sick.
Yeah.
And he threw the roster under the bus.
Yeah, COVID Mania. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Rightfully so, by the way. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all, that's all it is to it, man. And now it's time for me to hold one special accountable. We make a good time on the stream, y'all. We are making excellent time on this stream. All right, guys, this drawing accountability revolves around the whole WWE pulling out of New Orleans thing and how it was very bad faith and a terrible thing to do and just bad business in general, okay? To which I ain't had one off of Facebook in a minute, y'all. So this comes off of Facebook.
Whoa.
Oh, boy. Now, I'm going to tell y'all this is a doozy because this could be a lot to unpack, but I'm going to allow y'all to unpack this in the comment section because this is definitely a lot to unpack. Because it's just that disingenuous. This one comes from screen name Dale Race. No? Dale Race had this to say. Yeah, and if AEW did this, no one would give a crap. But because it's cool to just shit on WWE these days, everyone pokes at every little thing they do. Dumbass. That is so bad faith, it could create a black hole.
What do you think would happen?
Stop. Just give me 1 second. Please give me 1 second. Here's why I'm telling you to stop, Dale. Here's why I'm telling you to stop, bro. Name one scenario since AEW's existence that it has had the pleasure and benefit of the media propping them up, carrying the narrative for them, defending them, and last but not least, name one time when AEW has not been attacked by some source. You can't name it. You can't name it. You can't name it. AEW has been getting attacked since the beginning of their existence. The whole concept of AEW started off of well, I bet you can't.
Mm-hmm.
Am I lying?
Nope.
The reason why AEW exists is because of criticism of the indies. Dummy. What are you talking about? I can't think of a moment in AEW's existence outside of maybe Revolution Week of this year where they weren't attacked by the media or attacked by drones or fed walkers or just outright ignored. Stop pretending like WWE shouldn't be held accountable. They're considered the industry standard by y'all's definition. Why does everything have to be a deflection on AEW? I don't get that. I do not get that. But I would challenge this person, Dale, if you can watch this show on Facebook, I challenge you to tell me at what point of AEW's existence, where were they not criticized? We've been covering this show since it started. Me and Warner, can you think of a moment where AEW wasn't criticized or shat on?
No, I think it happens. Even I gotta believe there was something that happened Revolution Week that we just didn't find, because it's not a pay-per-view week for AEW without them getting shit on for no reason.
Stop the presses. Stop the presses. Stop the presses. I'm gonna say two things real quick. Mundo, I don't address outliers. That is like picking one shark out of the entire ocean of sharks. He said, nuh-uh, bro. Uncle Dave totally props up AEW. Sir, he'll praise AEW in one hand and diss them in the other so drones don't attack them.
Yep.
So it cancels out. We've addressed this before. We've debunked
multiple times.
We have debunked that before. What are you talking about? In one hand, he'll praise them, and the other, he'll be like, well, but they still didn't do this. And it's just so drones don't attack them. In the presence of wherever there is any AEW praise, AEW criticism follows. It can't just be AEW praise. This Double or Nothing is the first time I've ever seen universal AEW praise. Don't say that bad faith shit, Mundo. You a better commenter than that, bro. Don't say that bad. Like, dude, that was a bad faith rebuttal.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say that, dog. We've debunked that a million times. Everybody with AEW, they either give with one hand, take with the other, or they just flat out shit on them. The only reason why Tony Khan even buddies up with Dave Meltzer is because at least out of all of them, he was the one that at least somewhat praised them when they first started up. So he probably feels a sense of loyalty to him. But if I'm Tony Khan, honestly, I would cut him off Because again, now he's doing that thing where he'll praise AEW, then he'll turn around and shit on something. Praise AEW, shit on it. Praise on AEW, shit on it. And it's all in the name of keeping WWE fans off his ass. So does that sound like propping up to you? Yeah. Okay, right. Okay, see, that's the thing I'm talking about. So Fuego, if you can say that, then you understand exactly what I'm saying. Then I don't even understand. Were you joking with that first one? Were you trolling? Because you just put that comment right there. That tells me you know exactly what I'm getting at. And he's been doing that for I won't say 3. He's been doing that for about 2 years now. He hasn't been doing it long. He's been doing that for about 2 years now. Oh, yeah, AEW, they had this phenomenal show last night. But when it comes to everything else, they're ice cold. They're Arctic.
Mm-hmm.
Business
is horrible.
Yeah, he just started doing that 2 years ago. He wasn't even doing that. He wasn't even doing that 3 years ago. He wasn't. He was the one shark on land. He was the only one. He was by himself. Now he's in the ocean with every single other shark. He's no different than any of the other sharks now. Yeah, man. Yeah. Said when it comes to someone like Dave, I feel Tony Khan really needs to let him go and find someone else that is actually loyal to him. We've said on the show before that we're not putting a bid in to be Tony Khan's best buddies. But if he wants somebody that's actually going to cover his promotion down the middle, he could definitely hit us up. We could definitely break bread.
Yeah.
Because you know why? Because we would be doing nothing different than what we already do.
Exactly.
So, yeah, if he wants that, he can hit us up. He knows who we are.
Come on the show, Tony. Say hello.
Yeah. Respectfully.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me see what we got. Because I was going to read a couple more comments, but we got to keep it moving. Go ahead.
Hold on. I want to bring up a point real quick.
Go ahead.
You know, this whole thing, and I might have brought this up when this originally happened. I don't remember. But could you imagine if the NFL pulled the same stunt WWE did?
In regards to?
So let's say they moved the Super. So let's say New Orleans had the Super Bowl coming up this year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What are we 8 months out ish?
Yeah, they just had it in New Orleans, but I get what you're saying.
But okay, but again, let's just say they're going to have it again, and they were like, well, we're going to move it to Hawaii or wherever. We don't know yet. We're going to take a vote later this year.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine the outcry from not only fans who have probably already put in money for, hotels and everything, because that gets bought up quicker than anything else that's going on in the United States. You're going to have the government, local government, and probably state government coming after the NFL.
So here was what I was going to say to wrap everything you were saying in a bow. I was going to say, yeah, they would be facing legal action.
Mm-hmm.
If the NFL did this, they would be facing legal action.
Where's that legal action for WWE?
Warren, I'm going to give you a double-edged sword on this. WWE is not universally cared about enough for people to sue.
That's true.
Y'all ain't ready for that one. That's a conversation y'all ain't ready for.
You have a good point there.
WWE is not as hot as they think they are. That's the flip side. If these cities cared enough, they would. If these local officials cared enough, they would. But I'm sure New Orleans was hurting, but they was hurt by it, but they was like, nah, we just had the Super Bowl. We just made $500 million. We're all right. They still wiping their tears with that Super Bowl money.
Mm-hmm.
Because they know, New Orleans know what they bring to the table. And a lot of these other major cities know what they bring to the table, which is why I think WWE put themselves in a corner with that shit. Because now, again, other cities are looking at them going, you ain't going to do that to us. If we going to pay you to come here, you going to take a discount because we saw what y'all did to New Orleans. And that's what every major city should do. Will they do it? No, because there's some, politicians in these cities that they are so desperate to bring something to their city to make them money and line their pockets that they will give up however much taxpayer dollars they need to attract a Super Bowl, to attract a WrestleMania. See, but that's Werner. That's the problem I feel like your logic is going to run into. There's going to be some desperate government official that's looking to get reelected that's going to pay WWE whatever they want out of taxpayers' pockets.
Yeah.
We saw whatchamacallit do it. Tennessee.
Yeah.
With WWE. We saw Tennessee do it.
Yeah, because aren't they supposed to be getting 27 WrestleMania in 2027 or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tennessee was like, look, we know we low on money, but take this bread, WWE. I'm trying to get reelected.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just being real, y'all. I'm just being real. How can you look at what WWE did with WrestleMania as a government official and be like, yeah, let's bring them in. Let's bring them in. Let's utilize taxpayer dollars to set up infrastructure for this event that might get pulled out of my city at a moment's notice. Would y'all do that? Werner, would you do that?
No.
So WWE can't even honor, well, shit, that would imply that they even have honor to begin with.
Right.
But WWE can't even honor something as simple as a WrestleMania engagement to a city that clearly brings a great infrastructure when big events come to town. New Orleans shapes up when a big event comes to town. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a tourist attraction. It wouldn't be a tourist destination. So WWE, I'm going to say it again like I said when we first found out about this news. Y'all are playing a dangerous-ass game. Y'all greed is going to come back to bite y'all.
And it's going to come back to bite not only WWE, but UFC probably too. Since they keep trying to bundle them into city contracts for, let's say, a pay-per-view for WWE and a fight night or a UFC 3-0 whatever.
WWE is acting like that woman that was bad as fuck in high school and college. Then in her 20s, she fucked with a whole bunch of fuck boys, got pregnant by 2 of them. She got 2 kids. Then she turned 30, fell out of her prime immediately, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now she's like, any man that want to be with me got to love me and take care of my kids too. That's what
He's got to
TKO
have 7 figures and all that.
That's what TKO is doing with UFC and WWE right now. We're a package deal. Me and my kids are a package deal. By the way, if you are a single man with no kids, you should never be dealing with a woman with kids. What the fuck is your problem?
Exactly.
Free game. That's free game. I'm giving that out for free. If you are a single man with something going for yourself with no kids, why are you dating a single mom? I treat them like they my own. You sound slow. Leave single moms alone. If you are single with no kids, leave single moms alone. I don't care how bad she is.
Single.
Dude, I don't care how much baby weight put on them titties and put on that ass. I don't care. For recreational use only. Y'all be cuffing them, boy. Yeah, I'll put you up. Your kids can move in with me. Are you slow? And that's WWE right now. Well, TKO, I mean. That's TKO right now. Lord.
It's only a matter of time before they add PBR to it, too.
It's ridiculous. All right, Warner, but pardon me, y'all. My voice still ain't recovered. It is time to get into the show that we would never go into Raw, sponsored by Trojan. It is time to get into Monday Night Raw.
We just skip.
Nope.
Please.
Nope.
Please.
Nope.
Please.
Sir.
It doesn't add value to the show.
It's to a point now. Oh, you talk about that, man. Shut up. It's to a point now where these shows are exceptionally bad.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go out of your way to make television this bad. Like, I'm going to kick off by saying that. And again, I rarely have pregame thoughts for the weekly shows, but I'm going to say it. You have to go out of your way to make your show this bad. Like, this is not something you just stumble into. This is not something that could be fixed with a shuffling of the chairs. That's what people keep saying. Well, maybe if Triple H gets more creative people to help him out, it'll get... No. Y'all said the same thing when Vince was around. And he had like 300 fucking writers. That will not make the difference. Triple H is just not a good booker. He is not good at his job.
And you know what? That Unreal show is probably going to show it too.
Stop making it seem like it's something that could just be fixed with a shuffling of the chairs. Stop. Because you know that's not true. You know that's not true. That's the thing I hate about bad faith individuals. You know that's not true. There's no writer on the planet that could counteract how bad Triple H is at his job. None. You could put William damn Shakespeare in a room with Triple H and it'll still be terrible television. Y'all got to cut that shit out. It's not, if I shuffle a couple cans in the cupboard, I'll have more space. That's not what this is. Maybe if I move that couch to the corner of the storage unit, I'll have some space to put this unnecessary armoire. No, you bought a fucking goddamn 2x4 fucking storage unit. The only thing that could fit in that motherfucker was the damn couch. Stop. Stop. Because, Warner, that's what I'm starting to notice them do. I'm starting to notice drones doing that on Twitter. Oh, well, maybe if they just shuffle the chairs a little bit, this product will get better. And you know what's scary, Warner? Triple H got here in record time. It took Vince until like 2011 to get to this point. How long was Vince booking by then?
30 plus years.
Yeah, dude. Triple H has gotten to maybe if they just shuffle the chairs a little bit in record time. That's how bad he is.
Yeah, we're not even year 3 yet, are we?
I think we're in year 3. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what they're saying now. Yeah, no, that's the new excuse. That's the new, well, maybe if we do that, like, that's the new thing. Because instead of just saying Triple H is bad at his job and we should hold him accountable, WWE fans are always going to find a way to be like, well, maybe. No, there is no well, maybe. Hold the person booking the show accountable. Ain't no fucking well, maybe about it, dickhead. Lord. All right, Adrian Carpenter came through with the 5 schmacker who said WWE doesn't care about quality. They don't have to because their fans hold them accountable. That's what I literally was just saying. Like, dude, what is adding more writers to the room going to do if the fucking person writing the show is an egomaniac that doesn't want anyone to get more over than he was in his career?
Because quantity always beats quality in WWE's eyes.
Why do you think heels, and I gave Werner this little conspiracy theory. I said, why do y'all think heels are so terrible in WWE? And I said, because Triple H doesn't want any heel to be looked at in a bigger light than how he felt he was looked at.
Yep.
And Werner even reacted because he didn't even think about it that way.
No, it's a great way. No one wants the Reign of Terror Part 2.
Fuck just being bigger than the company. I think Triple H doesn't want anybody to be bigger than him.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want proof of what I'm saying, why is his face in all, I'm finna sound like Suge Knight, why is his face in all the commercials, all the promos, all the announcements? He's trying to be the face of WWE and he can't even get in the ring and wrestle.
Why is his voice on the opening tagline of Then, Now, Forever Together?
The proof is right in front of your face. Werner makes us out. The proof is right there. All you got to do is open your eyes. No. You know what, Elise? I don't want WWE to get another lifeline. Let Triple H stay in his seat.
Mm-hmm.
Because then if Triple H gets fired and they put someone new in there, like let's say The Rock hires somebody, like he hires his own team to run the creative of the show. That's going to be a new lifeline for WWE.
And the drones.
No, thank you. I'd rather watch him fail spectacularly than for them to get another lifeline like they did with COVID. This company needs to fall. Bad. Then I see people saying that TKO is the reason that these shows are bad. Yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing that they're doing. Yeah, I've been seeing that too. That is another thing that they're doing. Oh, it's TKO's fault. Is TKO booking the show?
No. Nope, that would just be Hunter and what's his name?
It's like three other
Bruce
people.
Pritchard.
It's like Bruce Pritchard, Michael P.S. Hayes, and one more person. Road Dogg.
Road Dogg.
Yeah, it's like him and three other people. And Sean, technically, if you count NXT.
Right. And maybe the occasional thought from Paul Heyman.
Yeah, those are like the main guys with some staying power in the creative room. Everybody else is just there for decoration.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they come up with new deflections every week. It used to be every month. They come up with new deflections every week. Yeah, talk about some Saturday night's main event wasn't for us. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. It wasn't for you either because it was for the advertisers. From what I heard, it was hella commercials on that shit.
But they're supposed to have commercials because it's on network television. Network television has the advertisers. They gotta make them happy.
Then why doesn't Saturday Night Live have as many commercials?
Oops. Exactly.
Oops. Same network too. Network too. Probably came on right after it. Oops. Then why doesn't Saturday Night Live have the same amount of commercials? You know why? Hold on, wait, Warren. I'm gonna tell them why real quick. Let me tell them why, and then I'm gonna let you cook. You know why? Because it's an actual program that draws ratings. They don't need to advertise as much. Saturday Night Live is the draw. It's terrible, but still, it's the draw. Go ahead.
And I'm not saying all the time, but why sometimes is Saturday Night Live more edgy than WWE?
Man. And Saturday Night Live is way more tame than it used to be.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. That's another guy. Lee Fitting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into Raw, man. The quicker we get through this show, the better.
Yeah.
Show opens with a recap of Bronson Reed interfering in the tag match at Saturday night's main event. Now, guys, I saw this on Twitter. And I said out loud, what the fuck did they do? Wasn't he goddamn jumping off the damn top rope over and over, hitting them with like 1,000,001 tsunamis?
That doesn't matter anymore.
It's like WWE thinks they're the fucking Men in Black and they have a deneuralizer or something. Even WWE fans were bringing that up. They was like, wait, wasn't he just... That was the first time I've gone under a WWE post, because they posted, and all of the fans were actually like, this doesn't make any sense. That was a first. Even their own fans were like, this makes no sense. And wasn't they teasing him being a part of like Bloodline Firmware Update 96.2?
Yeah.
Then it makes even less sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, okay. For the usual montage talent arriving at the arena.
Oh, God.
Seth Soy Boy, the LeBron Breaker, the other LeBron Breaker, and Paul Penguin make their entrance and get on the mic. I got to take a second, y'all. This promo was all for Seth Rollins to be like, oh, this was my vision. Oh, we're going to be dominant. We're going to tear this place limb from limb and control everything. But the entire subject matter of the promo was to get to his individual success. Because towards the end of this promo, all he was talking about was how he was going to win Money in the Bank and control the fate of the championships in WWE. And how no one can stop him. Couldn't you have just done that with Paul Heyman and it's just you?
Yeah.
Guys, I think I just saved y'all. This is why I be telling y'all just watch our show. I just saved y'all a 9, maybe 10-minute promo in less than 3 minutes. Less than 2, really. He barely even spoke about why Bronson Reed joined. The plot hole wasn't even addressed.
No, why do that? Why make sense? We're WWE. We don't need to make sense. We just shove it down your throat and you take it.
And Paul Heyman said management and top tier talent are afraid of Bronson Reed because he's a violent man in a PG era who's going to put everyone down in front of him.
So hard when I heard that.
Paul Heyman, in order for that to really be true, he would have to grow 6 inches in height and put a fucking fork down. We don't believe you. You need more people. This is nasty work.
Mm-hmm.
This is ass gas, homie. This is nasty work. This is trash, dude. Why does he have a faction? He spent 80% of this promo. No, Seth Rollins. Dude, you spent damn near 100% of the promo talking about what you're going to do solo. What? Then why is Bronson Reed and why are the LeBron Breakers there? Why? Make it make sense. If you're so dominant and you know that the Money in the Bank means total domination and total power and you're gonna get it, fuck you need them for?
Especially when Jey Uso's your champion. I mean, come on.
Therein lies the biggest joke of it all, Warner. We just watched Jey Uso tap out Gunther.
So I need both LeBron breakers to take on Jey Uso.
That's basically the message they're sending, Warner. That's how ridiculous this is. This is the biggest crock of damn Duke juice. Dude, it's so many plot holes. Nothing makes sense. Jey Uso is just too powerful. I need the Money in the Bank briefcase and 2 LeBron breakers. Stat. Huh? A dude that runs around saying yeet is a world champion. And you need 2 LeBron breakers to beat this dude. I'm going to move on. Let's move on. Penta makes his entrance to send us to break. Back from commercial, Vikingo is shown in the crowd, and it still just feels wrong. Next up, we got Chad Gable versus Dragon Lee versus Penta in a Money in the Bank qualifying match. Dragon Lee was trying to work like the rent was due. Just for this match. To still be sloppy, botch-filled, and not have any real cadence to it. And Chad Gable almost got his fucking neck broken in this match by Penta. When I tell you he missed being paralyzed by maybe 2 inches, pause if necessary. Pause. I mean that. Go look at it. But they say AEW is the dangerous place to work.
Yep.
This was so lazy. People are starting to say I don't know how to book Penta. So I'm going to put him in the Money in the Bank qualifier.
That'll teach him.
And then he's going to drop Chad Gable on his neck. And dude, I feel like I'm watching Penta in slow-mo.
Yeah, that's the sad thing right there.
And you know Dragon Lee is going to get told slow the fuck down after this match. Because again, he was out there working this match like a luchador. He was out there working the match like an actual luchador.
Doesn't this make you really want to watch Worlds Collide now to see how many wrestlers have to slow the fuck down?
Especially for these WWE guys.
I know.
Damn, check. Keep coming down. All right. 38 people. There's no reason why we can't be over 30 likes right now. Scroll down and hit that like button. Like gang, comment gang, share gang, donation gang. Hit the super chat, Streamlabs link, Cash App, whatever floats your boat. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and keep them wheels turning, ladies and gentlemen. Marlo came through with the 5 smackaroos, said a faction needed to be the coked up world champion. That's basically the message they're sending, yeah.
Yep. It's nice to know their wellness policy is not working.
Sure. But yeah, no, guys, this triple threat was a damn slop fest. Y'all let me know what y'all thought of this match in the comment section, and we're going to give you a take on it as well.
You know, why? Why have high caliber luchadors like a Dragon Lee and Penta slow the fuck down and give slop trash to Chad Gable?
Dude, Dragon Lee's ceiling is so high, dude.
I know.
It's so
I wish
high.
he was. Come on, him versus Bandito right now in Ring of Honor would be. Oh,
he's super marketable. His English is pretty good. Like
him back with his brother would have been phenomenal. Or dude, fighting his brother would have been phenomenal.
Home run. Like he's probably one of the easiest home runs you can get.
I want to be in WWE.
Like, dude, man, it's like having Ken Griffey Jr. in your lineup and then goddamn Sammy Sosa and Aaron Judge right after him.
Yeah.
It was a home run. All you had to do was just book him properly. That's it. That was a home run hire for WWE, and they ground it out to the pitcher. I don't understand that about WWE. I just don't. Anything else you want to say on this match, bruh?
And then they had Vikingo interject himself for no reason. I mean, I know there was a reason. They're trying to hype up the match for Worlds Collide, which that's going to be a failure.
Yeah, and I saw somebody say, yeah, it's too late, man. Dragon Lee signed on the dotted line, bro. It's too late.
Yeah, it's way too late.
Yeah.
And they're working on the brainwashing, so I would be shocked if he doesn't re-sign too.
No, Marlo, incorrect. It would be a strikeout if he got released.
Yeah.
That's a strikeout with the bases loaded. If he gets released, that's a strikeout. Right now, they just keep grounding out to the pitcher with him. I don't understand it. I do not understand it. I feel that way about Priscilla Kelly. Home run hire. Easy to market. She fine as all hell. The crowd loves her. The crowd fucking loves her. She has a unique look. It was so easy. I want to see, I said this, I want to see her have a run on the indies, and I want to see her find her way to AEW.
Yeah.
You think that crowd ain't going to eat Priscilla Kelly up? Are you serious? Especially in this form. Like
at least now she'll have a lot less chance to tear her ACL now that she's not in the PC.
I can already see a sadistic heel Priscilla Kelly being a great dance partner to Willow Nightingale.
Mm-hmm.
Because Priscilla Kelly can play crazy very well. I will let her run the indies for a little bit just as a vetting process. I will let her run the indies a little bit and see if she ends up running back to, WWE after she starts burning up the indies.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely do that first. But to me, it's a no-brainer. If she passes that test, it's a no-brainer. You know what's so crazy, Fuego? I could actually see that happening. I can't even get mad. I could actually see that happening. Fuego said Vikingo would beat Gable, then drop the title to El Grande. I could actually see that.
Oh, that's only a matter of time.
Yeah.
That's honestly a matter of time. That's not now that WWE controls those titles, only a matter of time.
And Conan is going to let it happen.
Uh-huh.
Respectfully. Said they don't really want these luchadors. They don't want AEW to have them. Yeah, we know that. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, Mr. Color showing that not only does he hate black people, he hates Mexicans.
And why do people think that culture in WWE is going to change? All right. Guys, hit that like button. Scroll down and hit that thumbs up. We dropping facts plus tax on this stream. Go ahead and make it happen. Share the stream with a friend. You know what I'm saying? Don't share it to no sensitive mofo, but share it.
Yeah.
All right. And also, guys, hit the donations, man. Hit the super chats. And shout out to everybody who has already sent through a super chat. But keep the ball rolling, ladies and gentlemen. Show the necessary love, all right? I did not mean to hit refresh. God damn it. All right. Next segment, I'm going to make it this another thing I can make just a long story short. They're running back the Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan angle, except with Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez with Dominic Mysterio. That's literally what they're doing.
Why? Why are they continuing this? Let it die. Let them all go be off in obscurity and let Dom, I guess, become a face and try that experiment. because him as a heel has failed. Let's try him again as a babyface, just as a single star. Let's see if that fails.
Warner, they won't do that. And I'm going to tell you why. They won't do that because if they disband the Judgment Day, they all lose purpose and become release candidates. And do you think they want a free agent Finn Balor going to AEW? You think they want Liv Morgan going to AEW? Do you think they want, well, I don't think they give a shit about Carlito, but.
No, he'll just go back to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, like I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm trying to fucking tell you. They would all lose purpose at that point.
And we would get Kenny versus Fergal.
Man, if you don't just call him Prince Devitt, you just saying Fergal would be a fucking dickhead. And you wonder why I roast you. I've been trying not to tonight, but you're gonna get me started. All right, said if they like Samoans, they'd have Gates of Agony. Dude, what? I'm gonna keep going. Okay, moving on. All right, so we see the base guy curse himself. Warner put it on him because he's a piece of fucking shit. Akira Tozawa.
No, I'm not.
Yes, he is. Akira Tozawa and Rusev warming up, making their way to. Why did they show Tozawa warming up?
that was bad. That was funny and bad at the same time.
Why are we getting warm-up montages of Tozawa and Rusev?
It's going to be a competitive match. See? They're both warming up.
Just for Akira Tozawa to lose in like fucking 25 seconds flat. Why did you show a warm-up montage of Tozawa? Like they were finna have a 30-minute classic. Really? I said Rusev was a net negative when he was in AEW. I said that back when you could clearly tell that he was hoping to get back to WWE at some point and he just wanted the super Bulgarian push where he never lost. When you started to notice that, you were like, oh, I see what's going on. Yeah, well, Werner put the base guy curse on him, so yeah. You did.
Did not. All I said was I'd like to see a little bit more offense. He showed some promise in one match in a kickoff show 5 years ago.
And then every week after you said that, he has been cursed. This is a true story, guys. Werner is not an accountable individual. This is so true. Literally every week after that, Tozawa was getting fucking buried. And it's still going.
I was impressed with what he did in a kickoff match.
Stop putting your fucking Mayo curses on everybody. How about you motherfucking criticize somebody
if
every
I
now
could
and
curse
again?
anybody, I would curse Triple H right now.
Okay, then say he's doing a great job.
Yeah,
okay, then that's what I thought.
I can only go so far. I'm not going to lie to myself.
They're trying to act like he would compromise his loins for Triple H. All right, let me see something, y'all. Hold on, my fault. But yeah, like gang, comment gang, share gang, donation gang, show the necessary love. Hit us up, man. Keep it going, man. Keep it going. You said the match was 54 seconds. That's a joke.
Then why have the match, really? I get having squash matches, but like, do that with local talent.
But Werner, you know this. What good is a squash match if no one even cares about the person you're squashing?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You like the best squash matches where it's a baby face that people care about. Because then you get really good heel heat that way.
I get that, but like, in all honesty, who really cares about Tozawa?
Dude, the Attitude Era had lovable jobbers.
Yes, but Tozawa's not a lovable jobber. He's just a jobber.
WWE has lost the art. They honestly lost the art of lovable jobbers after the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
The Ruthless Aggression Era did not have lovable jobbers. You always hear about the new generation and Attitude Era jobbers. There's always somebody that brings up the Brooklyn Brawler.
Mm-hmm.
Now name the lovable jobber from the Ruthless Aggression era. And when I say lovable, I mean like they came out there and actually got pops. Like big pops. Maven wasn't around long enough for that to even be true.
Yeah. Steve Blackman wasn't around.
Like Brooklyn Brawler was in the company for a
Kane
long
was
time.
not a jobber.
Kane was no, just cut it out. Did you say Santino? You mean the guy that they booked to win the IC title on his first night? That guy?
The guy who almost won a Elimination Chamber match?
The guy they almost gave an MMA gimmick? That's a true story. Look it up. Santino was going to be a serious wrestler. They just pivoted because that's what Vince McMahon would do. One lovable cruiserweight with Shannon. I attribute more of that, his lovability, to when he joined up with Matt Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, no one gave a shit about him. Respectfully. All right, but let's keep it rolling, ladies and gentlemen. Post-match, Rusev falls back into a sleeper hold on the base guy curse himself, Tozawa, as Jessica Carr tries to break it up. Ice cold Arctic no pop Sheamus comes out there to make the save. And they have a stare down, and Rusev just gets out the ring and walks off.
Try it.
So Daryl,
Try it.
in 2025, almost midway through, do you want to see Rusev versus Sheamus? Are you clamoring for that match?
Dude, I'd rather watch a feral cat versus a crackhead than to watch this shit. I'm so serious. I'd rather watch two pigeons doing the damn Watusi than to do this shit. Like I'd rather watch Good Burger's lesser sequel, Aight Burger, than to cover this bullshit. And Ron, yes, that's a good point. Yeah, where were the meat chants for this? I feel like that's like that chant is like a computer virus. I feel like they infected the AEW audience with that virus of a chant. And then once it got into the system, they were just like, now we're never going to say it. Mo, and you hit the nail on the head, dude. We could all book WWE creative because it's just that predictable. Mo said just for them to probably end up teaming up again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they're going to get back to Rusev being a slightly comedic character like he was before he left. When Rusev and Sheamus are backstage going banger after banger after banger after banger. And he's like, yes, after banger after banger. That's how Rusev talk. After banger. I fell from the abyss. Garbage. Fuck that fat white guy, and that's the only reason why people laugh at him in that whole thing. I'm not touching it. Fuck it. The Old Day make their entrance with their goddamn midlife crisis ass theme song.
Mm-hmm.
And New Day limps. And New Day tapioca. And New Day AARP. And New Day Denny's. And New Day. Give me a fucking knife. Fuck Sami Zayn's promo. Creed Brothers going against the Old Day and the War Raiders. The New Day, it was for the tag titles. The New Day would win by pinfall with a roll up. Xavier Woods on one of the creeds. Who gives a fuck? Retaining the tag team titles. This shit was boring as hell. This was
Boy,
so
those
boring.
creeds are really going somewhere.
And those young upstarts, the New Day, are really going to take off like a fucking rocket.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck this show, bro.
They're the future of this company.
Fuck this show. And New Day wheelchair. And New Day depends. And New Day theme. All these theme songs are just awful.
That's what WWE loves. Trash music.
Def Rebel needs to go find a knife store and take a dive off of one of the racks.
They got promoted to UFC.
They could get promoted to a jail sentence so we don't got to hear these terrible ass themes no more. How about that?
Works for me.
In New Day knee pain. In New Day. Liv Morgan and Raquel, too tall for frame, are walking together when they run into Io Sky and Kairi Sane. Liv Morgan and Kairi are going to have a match. Let's keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Back from commercial. Oh, my fucking God. Because this is what everybody wants to fucking see.
Yep.
Jey Uso gets handed a mic. Gunther comes out there pretty quickly. Y'all, I'm not kidding. Gunther said pretty much the same shit he said the first time they fucking feuded. Almost verbatim.
Mm-hmm.
You know his promos. You're not worthy. I'm going to take that burden off of you. I am Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
Look at my nose. It is touching you from a distance because it's that long. And I'm not bullshitting. If I'm lying, I'm flying, and y'all, it ain't no wings on my damn back right now. This motherfucker Jey Uso was out there pacing with the coke jaw while Gunther was cutting his promo. Jey Uso picks the mic up to rebuttal. I wish I was lying to every single person on this stream. This dude proceeds to say a sentence in paces to dead air for about a solid 11 seconds. And you could see, go back and look. There was a person in the crowd with a Yeet shirt on. It was two people right in the camera shot behind them. They started chuckling and laughing because at that moment, you could see the realization of, why the fuck are we supporting this dude? He's terrible. He's fucking terrible. You could see the realization kick in. Like, oh shit, this dude is ass. They started laughing. You could see people behind them laughing. He paced for like 11 seconds. You know why? Because he ran out of words. I told y'all, Jey Uso has like, you know what? I'm chopping half off of it. Jey Uso has 25 words in his vocabulary, and 4 of them are catchphrases. Once he runs through those 25 words, he has nothing. The coke takes over.
Mm-hmm.
This was terrible. And then he just, man, I noticed. I swear to God, I noticed. Then when he started talking again, he fumbled his words. So he just said, ejectocito, cuz, yeet, and just got out the ring. I said, what the fuck was that? And then I'm not bullshitting. His new shirt. These motherfuckers put ugh on the back of a shirt. Because I know there's some people that's going to watch us for the first time that think I'm fucking lying. They put ugh on the back of this man's shirt. The bar is so low in WWE with those idiot ass fans that they're cheering a dude that has caveman babble on the back of his fucking shirt.
It's on the front page of WWEshop.com.
What the fuck? Can y'all please have a standard? Can you WWE imbeciles have a fucking standard? Y'all are cheering a man that has ugh on the back of his fucking... Warren, am I lying?
No.
You motherfuckers refuse to have a standard. The man can't even formulate a sentence. World champion. The dude can't even talk. This motherfucker talks like a thawed-out caveman. Y'all remember that Scooby-Doo episode where the caveman got thawed out? And the only thing he did when he walked up on Scooby-Doo and them was go, That shit scared the fuck out of me as a kid. But still, that's not the point. And he had that damn club. That's Jey Uso.
Yeah.
And this is your world champion. I swear to God, I would put every cent of my bank account on the line on this bet. If you told Jey Uso, you can't go out there and say, oos, yeet. It was one more I had in my head, but it's four things that if you take it out of his vocabulary, Jey Uso would go out there and drop a deuce in the middle of the fucking ring, literally, because he wouldn't have anything to fucking say.
Except noises.
Breathing all in the mic. Motherfucker talk about, so I'm gonna pick my mic up for this. That's what a cokehead does. And y'all call Tony Khan a cokehead. That's what actual cokeheads do. They have labored breathing.
And you were just in the scrum last night. Did you see labored breathing?
Hell no.
From Tony Khan?
I saw jitters because he was drinking hella coffee. He got brought like 3 coffees in the time that I was in there.
Dear Lord. Wonder what his blood pressure's like.
And when he picked back up on the promo after walking and pacing for like 11 solid seconds, he not only did he stumble over his words, he literally said the same shit he said in the first half of his promo. This is your king? Weren't any thoughts on this god-awful nonsense?
This. How does this? How? You watch this promo, and I said this. I was thinking this, and I said that. How does this sell a pay-per-view? How does this sell the next match you are going to fight? Because this does none of that.
It's ugh on the back of the man's shirt.
Yes.
What the fuck? They might as well hand out dunce caps at every fucking show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I don't understand why they support this shit.
I don't.
How can you watch Double or Nothing and support this? There's literally better out there. Just watch it. My fault, Werner. My fault. Go ahead, man. My fault.
No, but again, you know, WWE wants to talk about record revenues, all this stuff. How in the world is Jey Uso garnering the company money with promos like that? This would not fly in any other company. And it wouldn't fly in any other era of WWE. Period. I mean, I don't even know if he'd be a lovable jobber. I'm sure he would have been wellness policyed out by now.
Dude, he was better as the silent tag team specialist.
Exactly.
That was his role. That was where he thrived and succeeded.
Mm-hmm. But now, and I know you're gonna hate me saying this, but now since he's a Triple Crown winner, probably a Hall of Famer on his own, not just as a tag team specialist.
This motherfucker is so dumb. He went to an MLB game and heard it was going to be a pitcher and was wondering why there was a man standing out there. And this is the motherfucker y'all support. They don't look like Lemonade Oos. That's a man. This is the motherfucker y'all support. This is the person y'all support. A dude that seems so fucking stupid that he probably wears each shoe on the wrong foot. And even then, that still wouldn't explain his 2 left feet in the fucking ring.
No. And the 2 moves that he does.
I'm just so tired of these lowered standards.
Yeah. And they keep getting lower.
All them idiots in the crowd. You notice I'm going to laugh at this a little bit. You notice the Yeets were way more hesitant tonight. They was like, Yeet? It was a question mark at the end of that motherfucker. They was like, Yeet? You could see the crowd losing faith in him in real time.
And that's where Triple H should have been like, uh-oh.
You saw people behind him laughing. When he was pacing like a cokehead, you saw people behind him laughing. There were 2 people with his shirt on, and they had a quick realization in that moment. I wouldn't be shocked if they took the shirt off before they left the arena and threw it in the trash.
Yeah.
Go back and look if you don't believe me. I wish I could pull it up without getting a copyright strike. You could see 2 people in Yeet shirts dying. And don't bring up Jacob. Jacob is so watered down. If y'all watch his MLW shit and watch him now, it's like night and fucking day. Move on before I get pissed off. Shouts out to my boy Waka Flocka being there. I hate that he's at a WWE show, but shouts out to him. That's my homie.
Yeah.
That's my guy. But, and then they announced that Titus O'Neil is on some dating show. I'm like, what the fuck? With goddamn Tyson Beckford. I'm like, what the hell? Oh, and Werner, how could I forget? This is the part that I knew you would be so happy and excited about, and it just tickled your fancy. My bad, bro. I skipped something. Pat McAfee wanted to verify if Michael Chode had his yeeting suit on.
Get that fucker out of this fucking company now. I don't. The man has no talent. He can't go in the ring. He's an abomination to what wrestling should be. But yet, here we are in 2025 where the bar is just.
I don't even think it's at the core anymore. I don't even know where it is. Where
it's on
is it?
Mars. It's on Mars. Or the sun. Who knows? But like, this, this show is so bad. And then you add a commentator who has nothing to do with wrestling. Nothing. Yes, I get he's been in the ring a couple of times, but he's never been a world champ. Like, King was a world champion. Mick Foley was a world champion. Wade Barrett has been an intercontinental champion. Corey Graves, love him or hate him, he was a tag team champion with Pac.
In NXT, yep.
In NXT.
Early NXT, too.
Early NXT, but like, been a champion, has done stuff in the ring at a high level, and then you go to this.
And he never has anything good to say.
No.
Like, every time he says something, you groan.
And where's the substance?
That's what I mean. He has nothing good to say. Like, everything that comes out of his mouth, you're like, dude, shut up.
You know what? I saw a few clips of Saturday Night's main event with Jesse.
Yeah.
Bring back Jesse, for crying out loud.
Oh, dude, he's still in peak form.
He has not changed. Bring him back full time.
I miss when color commentators were actually colorful.
Yes.
And as much as people call Jerry the King Lawler misogynistic and a perv and all this, at least when he was at that table, he brought the best out of whoever was next to him.
World champion also. Maybe not in WWE, but everywhere else.
And in multiple eras.
Right.
So somebody needs to give him.
Hell, he even had a world title match. Sure, it was against Miz, but still, he had a world title match.
But Elise says someone needs to give him chapstick with crazy glue on it. Knowing him, he'd probably just start talking out of his ass.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'm going to move on. Let's keep it going. This show is so bad.
Yeah.
Kyrie and Liv Morgan will go out there, and I'm going to say, this is like the third week in a row I've said this on the WWE program. This is the worst match I've ever seen Kyrie have in her career. She looked unsure of herself. She looked flat-footed and slow. The sequences were really sloppy. And the finish was the sloppiest main roster fuckery you could ever see. And it made no sense.
Yeah.
So the distraction was Roxanne Perez. Raquel just goes over and gives her stern talking to, which allows Kyrie to counter the oblivion within view of the referee, and the referee just counted the schoolboy. You could have just built the tension between Raquel and Roxanne backstage. That didn't even need to happen because the ref was looking at the pin the whole time. What was the point of even running the angle?
Now the refs are fucking up badly. What the fuck is this company?
And Kyrie is so fucking talented.
Mm-hmm.
We know what she's capable of. I've never seen Kyrie so unsure of herself, so flat-footed, so sloppy. And Liv Morgan was out there wrestling like, I got my check.
Mm-hmm.
Pack whoever that little zesty motherfucker is up over there on Oh wait, is that YouTube? I could just pack you up here. Yeah, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. I got nothing. I'm sorry, y'all.
I don't know what else. I mean, what else is there to say?
You got Werner. Here's how bad the booking is in WWE. You got Kyrie making a tweet saying, "Finally, I gotta win."
That's
really. And some people might say, oh, it's because Kyrie is coming back from an injury. No, I've never seen Kyrie look this bad in her entire career. It was the YouTube channel. Same as you found us on Facebook, Covalent TV.
Yeah.
Same thing. Covalent TV on everything.
Yep.
Yeah, right, Chris. It's sad. Your talent not having to, but saying on social media, yay, I gotta win. That what?
Yeah. You know, I know that she signed on the dotted line, but there's got to be some. I mean, this is also on Asuka for trying to recruit her back, and everybody that tried to recruit her back, not just Kyrie.
Oh no, this definitely falls on the Rossi recruitment tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say, bro. I really don't. The state of women's wrestling in WWE is in the toilet. And the fact that there's people out here still saying WWE has a better women's division than AEW is laughable at best.
Especially after the two matches we saw last night.
Oh, no wonder that person was such a weirdo. In their profile picture, they standing there with Marty Skrull.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that explains why you were such a weirdo. Okay. Oh, it's easy. Just go ahead and pack you up again. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Not hard, man. Come on now. All right. Next up, we get a Rhea Ripley video promo where she says she hasn't been feeling very on top lately, but she's going to change that by winning Money in the Bank. All right. Moving on.
Sure.
Moving on. Okay, well, hold on. Who said that? Okay, I ain't gonna say it then. I was finna say, you saying they relentless, but I was finna say, if you got a wrench, then fucking use it, but you ain't got a wrench, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
But anybody who has a wrench, y'all should be catching that before I do. All right. Lyra Valkyria shown walking backstage to send us the break. Dude, she is such a Make-A-Wish push ass motherfucker if I've ever seen one. Like, what is she gonna do when Becky inevitably has to feud with someone else?
Oh God, she's gonna be lost.
Because she's that's the only reason why she's even getting pushed.
Mm-hmm.
And Liv tells Raquel backstage, "You're the veteran. This is on you, and you should have done better." Liv, you lost with the referee looking. You got countered. That doesn't make sense. Why are you mad at Raquel for a match you lost with the referee looking? Nothing makes sense on these shows, bro.
Plus, hasn't Liv been there longer than Raquel? This show, I swear to God.
Father God, be with me. Okay. I am not going to get into indiscernible Irish babble promo between Lyra and Becky. I will say at least this was the most coherent promo. Thank you, Mo. This is the most coherent promo I have ever heard Lyra cut. Because half the time when Lyra cuts a promo, I don't know, it just sounds like she's high on like the finest weed that you could get. And Marlo said what I was going to say next. But at the end of the day, this is a feud that nobody wants and no one was asking for.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we're at. That's where we're at. And you could feel the crowd tune out of this promo in real time. Once they got out there and they both started talking, the crowd just stopped giving a fuck.
See, this is where people should have been chanting bathroom break.
And speaking of bathroom damn break, because I did put in the title and I'm going to address it. I promise to address it. But this is going to be quick. So if you were expecting a long, diatribe about it, don't get that out your head right now. The Trick Williams TNA World Title win is the biggest representation of what it means to partner with WWE. It's all about them, their end game, their goals, how they're going to benefit, and literally nothing about benefiting the other company they work with. Oh, shit. My fault. That's all I got to say on that. So if anybody wants to ask me anything else about it, don't even bother. That was the physical manifestation of what it means to work with WWE.
Mm-hmm.
And next up is El Grande Americano winning a AAA title.
Yep.
I don't know how, if you're a promotion that is WWE adjacent, you're not looking at this going, why am I partnering with them? Why am I adjacent to them? This shows you that if WWE gets their grasp on you, they're going to do whatever the fuck they want to do to your brand. It's just that simple. Did you want to comment on the Trick Williams thing? Because that's all I had on it.
It just shows. I mean, I think I said it last night. It just speeds up the timeline for WWE buying them. I mean, I don't know how it doesn't. WWE is exerting their control over everything they can. The fact that they haven't done this to Noah yet, I know almost won a tag team title for 5 seconds, but the fact that they haven't done that to Noah yet for their world title shocks me. I don't. This is not this. This is showing the dark hole, cloud, whatever that WWE has over wrestling, and it needs to go away.
Nah. You said WWE spoiled their Triple Mania outcome, Catherine. Where?
Ooh.
That's fucked up if true, because that's basically their WrestleMania.
Yep.
Nah, they ain't do that. Yeah, I was giving it a longer timeline. I was saying next year we gonna hear about the TNA acquisition, because WWE is gonna try to. I said they're gonna try to keep up a front to make it look like a real partnership, and then they're gonna buy them.
Yeah.
But now, yeah, Marlo, I agree. I wouldn't be shocked if we get the announcement by Survivor Series. I agree. After seeing Trick Williams win that belt, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who is a part of WWE Developmental just won the biggest prize in what was considered the second biggest wrestling promotion in the country at one point. Think about it. Yeah, once WWE gets a pipeline to you, you're done. You're done. Once WWE gets a pipeline to you, you are cooked. What's this? Oh.
Boy, I can't wait for El Grande Americano to win that belt, because I can't wait for that fan reaction down in Mexico. Are they going to tell me that it's going somewhere? There's a story?
Yes. To answer your question, yes.
I don't see it.
How could people hate on the El Grande Americano thing? This is going to bring more eyes to AAA. That's what they're going to tell you.
I don't know if the Mexicans will be saying that, but I'm sure management will, but the fan base might not see it that way. But go support CMLL.
Oh, damn, they sure did. They sure did. They sure did. In a simple match graphic at that. They sure did. Said WWE just spoiled that Vikingo is winning the AAA Mega Championship from Alberto on the 31st. Sure did. Goodness gracious me. Goodness gracious me. I'm telling you right now. To be adjacent to the WWE is to be the iceberg that was adjacent to the Titanic. Translation, your ship is going to fucking sink. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right. Seth Rollins won by pinfall with a blackout on the steel chair to Finn Balor, qualifying for the Money in the Bank ladder match. Here was a chance to do a little bit of repairing to Finn Balor's image in the main event scene, and they just couldn't do it.
Nope.
CM Punk does another end of the show run out. He hits a GTS on Seth, and then he runs out through the crowd, and that was the show. -10. I broke down all the reasons why this is -10 within the show. No moment. And I don't know what's coming over my spirit to make me repeat this to y'all, but I'm going to say it again. In order for professional wrestling to go through another true boom period, WWE needs to die.
Mm-hmm.
And the way in the WWE fan way of thinking also needs to die. I stand on that. Go ahead.
-10. No moment. I don't see this getting better ever. And I know everyone, well, add this person, take away. No.
They think it's a shuffling of the chairs, bro.
The shuffling the chairs won't do anything. You know what? I'm to the point now where, you know how people always ask us what would it do to fix stuff. I don't even think blowing it up would fix it.
Yeah, you was that was your thing year 1 and year 2.
Yeah, that was my thing, and I think at that moment in time,
it might have been true.
It might have been true, but now I don't see it. There's no way out
because the culture is just that rooted.
Yeah.
Like if you uproot that culture, it'll affect like 20 other things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I agree, Warner. Keep going.
No, and it's just, with the brainwashing that WWE has done in the last 20, almost 25 years, it doesn't lend itself to just blowing it up because of, and again, I think I've said this a couple of times, and I think you've said this, Daryl. If WWE put on an AEW show right now, an AEW type style show, fans would be on their hands or sitting on their hands going, but we're supposed to eat and we're supposed to sing Seth Rollins' theme song, even though he made fun of us for saying that tonight. We're still supposed to do it. Even when he makes fun of us, we'll still do it.
And now WWE is going for this quantity over quality approach, which just makes this all even worse.
Mm-hmm.
They're just bombarding you with content constantly. They want to make sure you're the only thing they look at. It's like that girl that comes to places dressed inappropriately every single time. Like, it don't matter where it is. Like, it'll be the fucking grocery store. And this girl will have fucking stirrups on. And you like, what are you doing? That's WWE. They just have to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
They have to just push content in your fucking face. They just have to be the only thing. It was this dude that was in the same section with me and my videographer at Double or Nothing. This dude had main character syndrome bad. And whenever the attention wasn't on him, he was pouting.
Oh, of course.
That's WWE. That's WWE. They have main character syndrome. If the focus isn't on them, they unveil a new show. They unveil a new belt.
Or they now buy a promotion.
Oh, yeah, and that NXT being moved thing, that got swept right under the rug.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or they counter program. Yeah.
Which Shoney had the perfect answer for.
Bruh, boy, you want to talk about moving light and slicing with a sword, making sure them slices were precise.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
And he wasn't wrong.
He wasn't. And also that was Tony Khan's way of saying, look, I got the bag, homie, so it definitely ain't gonna end that way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. Clear the air. Speaking of that main character syndrome thing, to any person that has main character syndrome, I encourage you, find a purpose. That's the easiest way to get it to go away. Find a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Find something that genuinely makes you happy. Because when you're walking around and it's like everything has to be on you at all times, everyone has to be looking at you and all that stuff, that is such a miserable existence because we all die alone, right? So you're going to sit there flailing your hands, being the loudest person in the room, making sure that everyone sees you and notices you. And eventually when we all get old and people can't hear that well and can't see that well, guess what? People ain't going to hear and see you no way. So find a purpose that gives you purpose. So that way that main character syndrome can just go away slowly. And that's what I want to clear the air on.
Oh boy. I want to wish my dad a happy 76 heavenly birthday.
Word.
You know, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have watched wrestling to begin with.
Word.
Probably wouldn't be doing this show.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't be doing a lot of things if it wasn't for him. I miss him every day, like crazy. I hope he's up there having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Probably begging BB King to play guitar with him.
Hey, there you go.
You know, he loved BB King. So yeah, that's just what I want to clear the air on.
Word.
Happy birthday, Pop.
Absolutely. All right, y'all. Well, let's get up out of here, man. We rocked it out for a little bit over 2 hours, not too long. All right, y'all. But it's about that time to get the fuck up out of here, man. So, you know, going once, going twice, and so to the man with the braids in his hat. So, sign off yet again. It's the epitome of black excellence, the king of dimes, just your boy, Mr. Starksign.
The beacon of hope worldwide, the Messiah, semi-cute sixes, and the internal pessimist, Big Dub.
Pessimist. Get the fuck out of here. Peace out, y'all.
See you Wednesday.